Hello, and we're continuing the video. Today we're gonna take a look at a Pokemon that I don't have myself. So we're gonna take a look at the Buzzwole here in the Great League meta. Thanks to someone actually met already in the qualifiers in Bremen, Aerosol. He's a very good player. He's always basically playing some kind of a spice usually. As we have a team here with double Reggie, it's basically a triple legendary team here. As this Focus Blast completely annihilated the Surfetched here, and they can realign their Pokemon perfectly. After losing lead here hard, this team already basically looks really cool. Like in general, I'm really liking this idea of this team, and I'm really liking that Buzzwole is so strong here, swapping out there as the as the Buzzwole's basically best matchup here is the Sableye, resisting the the charge moves. They're going to be able to go for one lunge and doing some massive damage. I honestly, I haven't watched the video at all yet. I have to maybe even cut stuff out if he didn't cut it properly, but I don't know, we will see. I didn't watch any of the gameplay yet. I just want this Pokemon. Honestly, Buzzwole gonna be so amazing if everybody gets it. It's like such a good Pokemon. I'm gonna definitely showcase it again if we're gonna get it as like a Pokemon in the research. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get it in raids, at least I hope so. But yeah, Buzzwole looks so good, and it's so good in every kind of meta. It's good in Master League, it's good in Ultra League, it's good in Great League. I just want this Pokemon. And this game actually still came down kind of to the wire, but I mean, you also lost the lead here, so it's kind of fine, but still easy win there with the Registeel as this Focus Burst gonna hit there, and that's gonna be a good game. Next up, we see another horrible lead there with the Jellicent against the Buzzwole. Also very cool to see some battles again at 3000 range that are not from me, as the battles they usually recently showcased were in 2200 range, as people got the Galarian birds, which I don't have, which I still don't have. I haven't even had an encounter for I think a week now for the Galarian birds, so kind of awkward. The opponent here catches the move perfectly on the Umbreon. Of course the Focus Blaster would be ideal here, but good catch on the opponent there. They save the energy, which is I guess as smart, as the Buzzwole gonna completely annihilate this Umbreon now, which is going to be very nice. Even can take 2 last resorts, but they opt to go for one lunge to finish that thing off immediately, as they gonna go into a Skarmory. Hard answers all over the place for the Buzzwole, but it's actually good that they go into the Skarmory now, as they even get the shield here. That's insane. And this is looking very good. In general, having 2 Pokemon still is also very good for the Jellicent matchup, but even though Jellicent right now is already that low, I think even a Stone Edge would KO it at this range, and they just gonna go ahead, let this move go through. It's gonna be a Shadow Ball, fine for you. You have a Zapkin here, the Zapkin gonna win them this game, and this gonna be a good game. They are a very weird team by the opponent in general, as it feels like it's a little bit weak to Registeel. But this was a nice 2-shield flex here with the Buzzwole. And yeah, I mainly do this video right now, by the way, because we had only a video prior towards the Element Cup, which most people don't really are interested in, but for those people who are interested in, I made a new team. So yeah, we're gonna see here the superpower coming through against this Dedenne. They're gonna shield this up, they're gonna go into the Regirock while getting hard countered. There's nothing that the Regirock really can hit here. Of course, Regirock would have access to the Zap Cannon, but the ideal moveset is of course the Stone Edge and the Focus Blast. The Focus Blast is really needed for the coverage against stuff like a Stunfisk. So yeah, but this team it's really cool. A little bit weak to Medicham though. Definitely the entire team is kind of weak to Medicham. The Buzzwole most likely gonna be able to still deal with it because they have 2 shields. Actually gonna go into Registeel because of the ability to just resist every charge move, I guess. Interesting play, to be honest. I would have most likely went into the Buzzwole, but should be fine here as well. They're gonna go ahead. They see the Warring coming in. Warring doesn't get to the move before they get there, as they swap perfectly into the Dedenne, but I think it's just fine staying in here, to be honest. Yeah, they stay in here as well. They can just take the Thunder Shocks or Thunder Shocks and the Discharge, fine for them. They can go ahead, go into the Buzzwole here. Buzzwole just have to shield the potential play rough. They go for the Discharge, but I think they can farm down. Is this only a Discharge, or is it? I don't know, is it Discharge? It's a play rough, okay. It's kind of awkward. Yeah, maybe you should have stayed in before. This will definitely get the last shield, but it doesn't really help you because they have a charge move and this will KO you, most likely. Icicle Spear, yeah. Oh, it's gonna come down the wire. Yeah, okay, that was kind of a misplay. I also thought already, you should have went for the lunge there, I'm pretty sure, because you would have got the shield and now they have an Earthquake. and they still had to throw against you afterwards then. So basically going for the superpower there allowed them to farm you down. Not perfectly played there, but of course, it's always like I also make mistakes like this easily all of the time, and I don't even know if this would have allowed them to win the game. It doesn't matter anyway, like you don't know yet. Again, this team is a little bit weak to Trevenant as well, it seems like. As the Buzzwole at least has like neutral moves with the lunge, but also the counters double resisted. It's kind of an awkward scenario. They go into the Registeel, interesting choice. Actually also would have went again into the Buzzwole most likely and went for a lunge, but I also don't know the matchup really, so maybe this is the ideal matchup. I don't know. They're gonna go for one Zapkin here, as the lockdown damage actually does so much damage, it's insane. They catch the Focus Blast on the Registeel, which is really good for you, as you can just counter this thing down before they can get to a charge move, I'm pretty sure. Yep, easily. You have a lunge stored now. The lunge is going to be able to definitely KO the Trevenant from this range. Lunge coming through here. By the way, this is definitely a very good traded Buzzwole here, as you can see at the AV spread. Like, this is insanely lucky to get this from a trade. As they go for one Shadow Ball, you can actually counter this thing down. It's insane. Like, you survive a Shadow Ball easily here after the debuff, I'm pretty sure. I mean, not easily, but you do survive it, and the Bastion comes in, and bye-bye Bastion. It actually did way less than I thought. Wow. Never mind, it still survives the superpower from a Buzzwole. I don't know those counts here yet. Gonna be interesting when this thing gonna be meta, but very nice clean there by the Registeel. Good game there. As we go into the next game, we see Buzzwole against Trevenant here. Again, a horrible lead there, as they swap into the Regi... What? Why? Like, where does this make sense? This is a flash cannon, right? It's a zap cannon? Okay, that was fast. I guess speed up kind of lies to me. But very weird choice by the opponent to go into this Pokemon now. Go back into the Trevenant now? Yeah, like, why? Like, what was the reasoning there? I don't understand. But always go into the Steel type against the Fighting type. It's perfectly fine. As they can go ahead now, go into the Registeel, which is actually now a nice matchup, as it kind of puts them into range where Zap Cannon plus Lock On most likely would KO that thing. Yeah, okay, they're gonna shield up anyway, but they're double debuffed now. They're gonna go ahead, go for another move. I think you survive it anyway, even if it's Shadow Ball. It is Shadow Ball and you survive it, you can still get to another move here, which will get the final shield or KO this thing. We will see, get the final shield. That's kind of fine, because now you can go into your... Okay, I wouldn't have gone into this one either, but yeah, you can go into your Buzzwole, I guess, and you can go ahead and get completely destroyed by this nice swap there, which doesn't matter at all, because you can just go into the Regirock. You're going to be able to go for one Focus Blast easily, but you can overfarm first, which I really like this play. And you can just go ahead and get some extra energy. Now you only need, I think it's 6 turns to get to the focus, to the Stone Edge here, which is really nice. And it is easily gonna seal the deal here. They can go for one Seed Bomb, but it doesn't matter, because this move here easily KOs them, the Stone Edge. You could have also just thrown immediately the Focus Blast and you would have been able to survive then Seed Bomb easily, but it is fine, as he just gets completely hardwalled the entire time in the lead. That's kind of ridiculous. Who plays currently Weekly Tough in the lead here? I don't understand, but they can go for one Stone Edge here, get it to half health, and we see a Stunfisk swapping in here, which is a pretty decent matchup for you right now, as you can go ahead, go for one Focus Blast here, get the shield from the opponent. They have to throw one Earthquake here, and you can go back into your Buzzwole and you can just go ahead and go straight for some superpowers, as this is already in range for one. They're gonna go ahead, they can only go for Rock Slide here, as the other moves are resisted. Rock Slide still does some nice damage to you, but you can go for one superpower. This should KO them, they will never shield here. And you can swap out immediately into your Registeel, as you can see here, as they're gonna go ahead, go back into their Wigglytuff most likely. And we see an Umbreon in the back. This is amazing. I actually would go for the Zapkin before I would go for the Focus Blast here, as they even get the shield there. Okay, they swap out, like they got a surrender anyway, but main reason there is if they wanted to play it out, you would get less damage by the foul plays later on. So in this scenario, as they always need 2 moves anyway from your Registeel against the Umbreon, I would go for the Zapkin first in that scenario. As we see a Swampert here, which is amazing to see it in the lead, is you're going to be able to survive one Hydro Cannon pretty easily, especially after the debuff, and you can just counter this thing down if you shield once, which is all you really want. And this looks how good the matchup is here for the Buzzwole. It's insane, like just the counter damage is insane, as the opponent most likely going to go into a Charm user. and you swap immediately into your Registeel, which is fine because also your Regirock gonna have super effective moves against this thing. You have a move slot, I think, still on your Buzzwole, which is gonna be nice. You're gonna survive this move easily, even if it's a Focus Blast, you survive it. You can go for your own Focus Blast and you can farm this thing down later on, and maybe even like superpower the Ninetales, as this game is already over at this point of time. It's just insane how strong like Registeel and Buzzwole are together. It's like such a good core, to be honest. Like, it's actually nearly a perfect core, Registeel plus Buzzwole, and this is like a problem in general. Like, Registeel is good already, and Buzzwole together with this, it's just insane. Like, Buzzwole gonna be able to resist the ground type moves and the fighting type moves, while the Registeel gonna be able to resist those flying type moves, which are gonna be really good for it. So like, this core in general, it's like so good. It's just really good. Only real core breaker there, I guess, would be Medicham, which is kind of problematic, I guess, but also not really. As we see a Sableye coming in here, you can take one move here, you're gonna be able to outspeed it, but it's kind of awkward because I think, you know, you're actually fine, but you got like one free Shadow Claw in there. Go one for one more lock on, but I think you're gonna let this move go through. Yep. I think you can counter this thing down actually with your Buzzwole. Yep. Even though it's resisted because of the ghost typing, the dark typing makes it actually pretty easily to counter it down, and they can go for one foul play. Thought maybe it was a return, but it wasn't a return. We see the Azu coming in. They're gonna go ahead, try to catch the move, and catch the move here perfectly. You're very well played there, seeing the Ice Beam coming on this thing, and we see another fire type in the back. This is annoying as hell for that thing, and I think you're gonna have to let this go. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one to win. I don't know how he wants to win this one. They're gonna shield this up, which is kind of bad actually for you. Kind of wanted to counter this thing down because now you're forced to go for one superpower, which I don't even think does it KO it. No, it doesn't even put it into range. You have to go for double superpower here, and now you're kind of debuffed. You kind of should have went for lunch there, I guess, but it doesn't really matter because you're gonna lose this match no matter what. Kind of sad. If they didn't let this, like if they did let this go, I think you would have been able to counter it down, but good game there. You can't win them all, as we see a Registeel in the lead here, which is gonna be pretty easily win here. I don't know. I guess, like, I don't think a superpower KOs at this range already. Like, I don't think you win this in the zero shield, so I think shielding once is fine. You can get some extra energy, and you can get a debuff on the incoming Pokemon here. Sadly, you're debuffed yourself, so it doesn't do as much damage. And they swap out into the Swampert. This is gonna be a tricky one now. This is definitely gonna be a tricky one. Sometimes I actually opt to go for the Zapkin here as well in this matchup, because like you're gonna have to have this matchup later on anyway with your Buzzwole, so why not? And you're gonna get a debuff, but like this, I guess, yeah. Do you survive one Hydro Cannon here still? You do still survive one Hydro Cannon, so never mind. This was a very good play here, as the opponent is forced to actually let this move go through. This is now kind of looking like a win to me, in my opinion. You can just go ahead, shield this up. They have also the resisted foul play against you, so you can just go ahead, go for the lunge here. You're going to be able to get the debuff, you're gonna get the shield, and you can swap out immediately to the Regirock. One big Stone Edge, gonna be easily enough to KO this thing, and you're gonna win this game pretty simply as well. They will not be able to get to 2 Hydro Cannon to KO both of your Pokemon here, especially not with this HP. You can even lock on this thing down, and they win the game here. This is most likely the final game there, which gonna be also very cool. We're gonna see Altaria on the lead, horrible lead there. We swap into the Regirock, very nice swap there, as we see the Stunfisk coming in, which is really cool for you again. You can go for one big Focus Blast. They're gonna shield this up, which is amazing for you, I think, as you can just let this move go through. It's gonna be the Earthquake, it's gonna KO you. You can go back into your Buzzwole after waiting out the clock, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. And you can let this move go through. It's gonna be the Rock Slide. You can go for 5 more counters. 1, 2, 3. Okay, they go for 3. And they can now KO this thing with a superpower. They swap into the Registeel. Now you have a shield advantage, and you see the Azumarill in the back, which is amazing, as this Zap Cannon is now super effective, but it's still gonna be a little bit tricky because all the weight is now on the Registeel. But luckily they shield the first one here for whatever reason, and they go for a Hydro Pump, which is really nice for you. You can go ahead, go into the Zap Cannon now. In this Zap Cannon, gonna put him into the yellow half, I think. Yep, yellow half. As you can now farm it down. You're gonna shield this up, I guess. Yep, you're gonna shield this up, because if you think about it, Hydro Cannon is the Hydro Pump is basically the hardest hitting move against you now. One Focus Blast is enough to KO that thing. Good recognition there. And I think you might even Yeah, actually, you might even be forced to still win this at the end with the Buzzwole, because the Sky Attack gonna do so much damage and the Dragon Breath gonna do so much damage. I don't know if you can still get to a move before that in time. I think they can KO you before you can stay in here. Thanks to the debuff, the Dragon Breath does 1 less damage, but I think you're still gonna be fine going now into the Buzzwole, going for 1 superpower and winning this game. So thanks for watching, thanks for sharing this gameplay here, thanks for showcasing this Buzzwole. I'm gonna showcase this Buzzwole again as soon as it's like available for everybody, which is gonna be in like 20 days from now. So thanks for watching, see you next video, have a great rest of your day. This team did look like a lot of fun and I can't wait to use Buzzwole myself.